lightheaded.
Close it, close it. Hit it.
I can't.
No, you can't hit it, man.
Oh,
There you go.
I can't. Oh! What the hell? Go the other way. Oh no! Oh no! No! Oh my god! Oh my god! Just go! Just go! What's going on, peeps? Welcome to this very quick and easy to understand demo. I want to explain Darksburg, which is an awesome new game that just came out by Shiro Games, the same studio that made Northgard. They're known for awesome quality, so let's take a look at this, shall we? When you first start off with the game, you're going to see play, obviously, and you can create a game or you can browse. Now, if we browse a game, this is the fast way to just jump into anyone else's game, very similar to like Minecraft servers and such. You can have up to 4 players. It will calibrate accordingly, so if you have 4 players, I think it gets a little harder. 2 players, a little bit easier, but it's going to maintain its difficulty based on how many players it is. Now, if you see someone that has like an empty slot in here, this means they've already made it public, so you can just jump right in there and join with them if you want. But for our purposes of this tutorial, we're just going to create a game, and we're going to make it invite only. It's just kind of the same thing as offline because I don't have any buddies I'm going to have join at this moment. But long story short, we're going to create a game. So let's create a game. We're going to add a character. And just to go through the characters very quick, I don't want to get into them too much because there's tons of different ways you can play these and there's a bunch of metas. But long story short, there is Sister Abigail, which is basically, if anyone played the monk tank class in Warcraft, they have this distraction totem which kind of tanks for people for a while. That's the same thing as the bell. So when she puts a bell down, it like takes damage, so all the zombies want to go to the bell, not you. If you played Left 4 Dead, another example of this would be like when you throw the ticking bomb thing, pipe bomb. So it's the same kind of deal. So she's kind of like a distractor tank, melee class. Kind of cool, actually. You've got this guy here. He's your main tank, the cook. He has soup, and the soup gives everybody shields if they stand in it, which is really cool and helpful. He's definitely a good tank class to have in your group. The wolf can be pretty good if played right. A little bit difficult for first time players from what I've noticed, but he's definitely melee with some slight defensive abilities, like support, kind of like a support tank or an off tank, but not really, more melee too. Rose, this is the archer. This is what I'm going to play right now for this demo, and that's the one that I'm most familiar with. And then the doctor is very, lots of DPS, lots of sustainability. It's one of the newer classes that I guess they added to the game just recently. Freaking awesome class, so definitely a good melee class or DPS class to have in the game. So let's try Rose for now, and let's join in and see what happens. You start off in this city here. There's going to be like different matches. I think there's 5 total, so it is what it is. So if you ever played Left 4 Dead, it's the same thing where you start off in a lobby, and once you open this door, it's game on. So I'm not going to start that just yet. You're going to have a few things, 3 normally when you're playing on the next phase. You're going to have a campfire, a cabinet, and you're going to have a shop somewhere. Okay, the shop is just like League of Legends, where you can buy new stuff from the gold that you acquire over the match. So if you get to the next phase and you're playing with other players, if you press F on the campfire, it'll help you heal a little bit. That's a nice little trick to know. The cabinet over here is for your loadout, and the way that this works is you basically buy random stuff. This is kind of like a lottery ticket system. You don't really know what you're going to get, but what happens is you click something and it'll purchase it based on whatever type you pick, performance, survival, utility, and you have a random chance of getting something. You don't know what it's going to be, and it's going to be based on the common, fancy, or extravagant version of what you're trying to get. And then you can like turn these off, and you can put different things in here. You can get different items, pick whatever you want to make your character a little bit better. So these are like little perks that you can get along the way. Again, you buy these with crystals, and crystals are another form of currency. You have crystals, gold, and chickens. We'll get into that in a little bit. All right, so let's open this up and let's just kind of get our asses moving. Each map is procedurally generated, which is freaking awesome. And that also means that, yes, you're in a harbor map, but that means that, no, the zombies aren't going to be the same every time. They're not going to attack the same way. It's going to be pretty much different every freaking time. So you can't just, like, memorize it. You can kind of learn a little bit of the general layout, but it's pretty much a different map every time, which is really cool. Alright, so let's get moving here. Let's see if we can find some action. Okay, right away you see that I've got a chest over here, a basket, whatever. When I open this up, anybody can pick up what's in here. Now this one was just crystals and gold. So when I pick that up, there's no greed alerts or anything. You don't have to worry about any crap with someone stealing something. Anytime anyone gets gold or crystals, it's split amongst the entire group. So the group's going to get it no matter what. So that's good to know. This is a light pool over here. You see that little fountain on the left. When I touch this, I'm going to get a buff, which you'll see the buffs appear on the top of my screen. There we go. We got a wisdom bonus. That basically makes me move faster and do a bunch of random crap a little bit better. You'll also notice that I've got an XP bar up there, which is slowly going up. That XP bar is universal. That's for your entire team. So, like League of Legends, if that levels up, we all level up. Let me see what's in this chest real quick. You never know what's going to be in these things. Okay, that's an elixir. I'm going to pick that up and hold on to it. The way that items work, okay, when I pick up an item, such as an elixir, you'll see it down here on the bottom of my screen. I can use it by pressing and holding G, or I can drop it for the other player by pressing H. It's pretty simple. You want to make sure that you don't hoard stuff. Just make sure if someone needs help, they can use it. So sometimes you can only hold one item at a time, by the way. So you want to make sure that you're very, very cautious and conservative with what you're holding on to. If there's a bandage or an elixir and everyone's full, you probably want to go with the bandage instead. A tomb of self-improvement. And what these do is when I click on it, see, it lets me, now since I'm just playing with the computer, it paused the game, but in reality it doesn't pause the game when you're playing with other players. This lets me choose a random thing. This is random every time. You never know what you're going to get. This could be completely random the second time I get another tomb. So I could get permanently increases health. I could increase my run speed, which isn't going to do too much since I'm already fast as hell. Permanent increase attack speed. So for me personally, I want this. However, if I was with a tanky class and he didn't get one yet and he really needed some extra health, I would let him come over here and buy this because only one person can get the Tomb of Self-Improvement. This becomes a problem with snipers. If you're playing with people that you can't trust or don't know, they may just run in here or not tell you if they find one, and they'll just keep powering themselves up. Oh my god. Not good. So when all players are dead, obviously it's over. And when it's over, I mean it's done. You can't continue, you can't pick up where you left off. You have to start all the way back from the beginning. You gotta have someone usually watch your six because they love having zombies creep up from behind you. And the interesting thing is, see how well they blend in with the actual floor. Sometimes it's hard to see them, and if you're not paying attention and you're focused in the front, see, they'll actually start tearing you up from the back, and you won't notice, but they'll end up doing more damage than the guys in the front. Now, when you get these different levels, you gotta remember that they upgrade different talents, so you gotta really focus on what you personally want to level up. If you don't want to level up, for example, this is Barrage, which is my special ability that does like a one-shot massive damage. If I know that already does a bunch of damage and I really don't want to level it up more with more damage, then I probably want to level up something different like this, leaving a trail of fire behind this ability. So that sounds cool. Let's go with that. Alright, so we finally got to the ferry here. This is the final part of one of the first maps. So we're going to see if we can hold off the horde once I start this. Let's call it the ferry and let's get the party started. One thing you're going to want to watch out for are the flanks that come from the sides from the spear throwers. See if there's any spear throwers in here. There should be. Yeah, there's one over here. Those guys can really mess you up because their spears throw through the zombies, but your attacks get stopped at the zombie wall. So they can really screw you over if you don't kind of get outside and take them apart there. So you want someone to kind of, get out there and make sure they get rid of them if the horde is really getting crazy. Always a smart idea to look around for extra treasures if you know you've pretty much beaten the level. Can't hurt. You might find something that could really save the day later. Now before I end this, I am going to show you one little thing about controls. I personally am an MMO player. I love the WASD control features. Shiro Games, they really thought this through carefully, so they gave us options. Oh, here comes another boss. They gave us a few options. One of those options is we can choose the keyboard or the mouse. The mouse moves very similar to League of Legends, I believe. And the keyboard is more similar to the MMO gameplay. So let's show you what those are like here. Plus we'll show you the shops. So make sure you go to the campfire, where if you talk to it, it should give you a little bit of burst health if you're under 33%. Okay, so unfortunately I'm like right on the border there. So there's different things you can buy. This is always going to be random as far as I know, and you'll see that there's a stock that they have. I bought that, so now there's only 4 left for everybody else in the group. And there's a lot of stock here. I don't know if they carry over, but there's a lot of stock for this one. So let's get a bandage, or a elixir. And now since I have a little extra cash, no, I don't have enough to buy another one, but if you did have a teammate that had extra money, make sure you coordinate with them, because then they can buy you one, and then you can kind of drop it for them, which is, again, the H key to drop a potion or an item. And then you can kind of help each other out. Thanks for watching. I hope this helps. And if you want, feel free to follow me on Twitch at Elemental Legion. Thanks, guys.